Hey y'all, welcome back to Chatting with Coach Amy. Today I have Jennifer. Do we go by Jennifer? Jenny? Jen?
Yes.
Jennifer.
Only Jenny if you're my grandparents.
I'm not your grandparents. So we're going to say Jennifer. Welcome. How are ya?
Good.
Good, good. Where do you live?
We are in Southwest Michigan.
Okay. I was in Northwest Michigan in January. I'm sure you saw.
I did. There's lots of fun things up in that
It was
area.
so fun. It was so fun. Yeah. I had several clients like, really? You're up here? Really? Really? I'm like, I am really. Introduce yourself to us, girl.
I am Jennifer and married for 17 years and originated from Northwest Indiana, grew up there, met my husband on eHarmony and married a few months later.
Really?
And
Back up. I want a little bit more. That is so cool.
yeah, an older friend had gone through cancer treatment and wanted to go get tattoos together. And I said, I really don't want one, but I'd be happy to go with you if you do.
Yeah.
And so then we settled on eHarmony. So we did a 3-month subscription, got together one night and did our profiles and hung out. And I started chatting with my husband early August. We
Okay.
met in person early September, right after Labor Day. We were engaged at the end of October and married before Christmas.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so cool. I mean, like I've known Wes since kindergarten, so you're blowing my mind. That is so cool. All right, proceed.
Yeah, no regrets. So at that time, I came as a package deal. I had a 1-year-old that I was fostering. And
Oh,
so
that's nice.
we were licensed here. And that engagement process, that short time frame, we started the licensing process up here. So she
Wow.
moved with, and she is now going to be 19 this fall.
Oh, yeah.
So
You
yeah,
got those old ones.
I know. I have 3
Listen.
teenage girls. So my 2 bios are redheaded lefties. So that's kind of
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that
3
keeps us
girls
busy.
too.
Yes, 3 teenage girls at this time.
You just don't have a camp in Knox.
No,
We'd be twins.
no, it's been
Oh,
fun though.
good.
Homeschooled them since 2011.
Okay. We
Yeah,
have a very similar story with that.
we do. And
So, is that why
it's,
you like me so much?
I like that you keep it simple, that there's so
Oh,
much encouragement and that it's just, it's simple. It takes the crazy out of it. It makes it attainable, doable on the go. So
yeah.
that's,
Yeah. Very
yeah.
good. What do you do for work?
I was blessed to be home for 18
Oh,
years with my girls full time. And then the last, I don't know, 6 months or a year, we've been having more discussions about me returning to work.
yeah.
And so just after Christmas, the Lord kept bringing to my attention this opportunity, and it just kept coming up and coming up. And so right after Christmas, I formulated a resume. How do you do that after being home for a lot of
You
years?
ask
Like
Google help.
I did. We made it. So I applied. They called me in for an interview, and I went back to work early January, and I'm
Oh,
really enjoying it. So I
good.
work for direct primary care doctors.
Okay.
Um, so little bit of Western medicine, little bit of more natural
Yep.
minded, taking the insurance out of the equation and
Yep.
being able to have more freedom to
Yeah.
make choices for the respecting the parents and the patient's decisions on what's best for them, what's
Yeah.
best for their household. So it's
Yeah.
been neat to partner with them and
That's awesome.
learn new skills and help them out with phones and billing and cleaning, whatever kind of needs done. So
Do you work like every day?
no, I work 6 hours, 3 days a week. So
Oh,
it's been a really
nice.
good balance because I'm still schooling 2 of mine.
Right. Right.
They're more independent, but
Sure.
they're still with the dyslexia, the
Okay.
dysgraphia, the different things that, there's still things that I need to be present for. So
Yeah. Yeah. How cool. We're like 6 minutes in and I'm just blown away. That is so neat. I love it. I love it. Tell us about your Trim Healthy journey.
shortly after my last pregnancy, which was just really, really challenging. knowing what I know now that I did not know then, I'm confident I was battling candida overgrowth due
Yep.
to a variety of things. That was probably the root cause. I had no idea. So too many antibiotics later, too many trips to the ER later, we had a healthy baby girl.
Mhm.
Um, and I needed to get healthy again.
Yeah.
So that started our journey towards wellness to more holistic wellness. And then a friend introduced me to Trim Healthy Mama back when it was the big book.
Brand new. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, like the old school phone books, it reminded me of. It
Yes.
was
Yes.
huge.
It is.
So about 2014, I was able to kind of get serious about my health as far as weight loss and make those nutrition changes,
Mhm.
which were necessary. Battling insulin resistance and a strong family history on both sides of type 2 diabetes. And I just don't want that to be my
Nope.
story.
Yep. Amen.
So,
And it won't
yeah.
be. Mm.
No, lots of
Mm.
weight loss, and it was great. And then some different health things popped up. Learning I had stage 4 endometriosis and a large mass.
Golly.
So, yeah, that was removed with one of the ovaries because it ate the ovary. So they had to take all that.
Wow.
Yeah, lots. So, shortly after that, the weight loss stayed, but then it started coming back on, and I was like, what's going on? I've always suspected the thyroid was an issue, but they're like, no, no, it's fine. It's fine. Well, again, knowing what I've learned, it wasn't fine. But in 2020, it became very not fine and finally recognized by Western medicine. So
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your diagnosis on your thyroid?
I'm just hypo.
Hypo. Okay.
Yep. I have my middle daughter has Hashi. So we'd battled through some severe anxiety with her
Yep.
for quite some time. And she said, Mom, I'm exhausted. I cannot function. Sleep isn't fixing
Yep.
it. I really think it's my thyroid. So I said, well, I'm going to get my labs done in the morning. And we do a lot of self ordering just for a variety of reasons. So I said, I'll hop online and order some if you want to come with me. So she did. And sure enough, we found that it was quite hypo and then went on to investigate further. And
What age was she when that happened?
she was probably 13, 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we've been battling through with the naturopaths and different options and monitoring. And one of her antibodies is almost all the way down to normal range.
Awesome.
The
That's
other's been kind of tricky. So we're still navigating.
yeah. What are a few things that y'all done for her?
Um, a lot of herbs. Currently, we're doing ADP, which is emulsified oregano.
Okay.
Um, she has found tremendous healing through homemade milk kefir. Um, yeah, we enjoy the raw milk the best. That's her favorite. So we just purchased herd share here in Michigan. That's how you
Okay.
obtain those precious raw things.
Yeah.
So in Indiana, if we're there for our naturopath appointments, we can purchase pet food. So
Yeah. Yeah.
she enjoys that. That's been really healing for her.
That's awesome.
Um, so we're on natural thyroid replacement, which has been tricky to navigate. I was doing well with Nature Throid, but the
Yeah.
FDA came in and pulled that from the market in 2020, and it has yet to return. And so finding that balance and then the manufacturer of what was working switched things up entirely. So that, back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
We're at a good place. We're at a good
Good.
place now.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of adaptogenic herbs,
Mhm.
lots of diet modifications and that kind of thing.
Yeah. It takes a lot. How do you feel when you hear people that are like, I just can't stay on plan? And you're like, bruh, listen to what I'm doing. Like, does that frustrate you a little bit?
Little bit. We
Yeah.
we take our food everywhere, but we have so many food boundaries within our home that it makes a lot of typical convenient fast things that most people gravitate towards not an option for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our biggest struggle is not packing enough sometimes because we're on the go
And
a
you're all
lot.
together. Yeah.
Yes. My kids know my car does not go through the drive-through. Like I'm serious. So they
Yeah.
now they're teenagers, but they still travel with the snack bag.
I love it. That is
So
gonna serve them so well, in their adulthood. I love that. Wes and I were talking today about I have one-on-one that's at like a kids camp as a
mhm.
chaperone or whatever. And she was like, girl, my children have been here before and they told me that I would be able to eat on plan. It would be a little sparse, but she said they lied. They did not they didn't mean to, kind of silly. She
Yeah.
said, it is not. And Wes was like, you would leave and go get stuff and be like, hi, camp people, I'm putting this in your refrigerator and this is what I'm going to eat. I was like, you're right, I would.
Yeah.
'Cause you just can't. How do you and your children handle things like that?
We just take our own in our lunchbox. It's just so normal to us right
Yeah.
now. At first, it was awkward. I
That
do
is
remember
so
that.
amazing. It's just so empowering. I bet people listen are like, she's bold because they're scared they're going to hurt somebody's feelings or break the rules. But no, I mean, you're speaking up
Yeah.
for yourself, you know?
I just tell them we can't. I'll often
Yeah.
ask, what are you having? Like if my children are going somewhere and they'll say, we're having pizza and cupcakes or whatnot. I said, okay, well, due to allergies, we're severely allergic to a lot of that. Can I send them with pizza and a cupcake to eat that
Yeah.
will be okay for them? Because
Yeah.
thankfully, we don't have a nut allergy or something that
Yep.
really what other people eat doesn't really affect our
Yeah.
health. It's just what we put in our mouth for our struggles.
Right.
So, yeah, it's so normal to them anymore that they just don't question it. They just
Yeah.
do it. It doesn't bother them. We'll have these special treats, or I'll make something and we do a lot of freezer stuff.
Uh-huh.
So when something comes up, they
You
can
have it.
just grab something quick because life happens a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
For
yeah.
sure. That's so cool. Did they help you in the kitchen?
Yes.
Good.
My middle one for sure. The youngest, not so much, but she's recently started to find that she enjoys that more than she thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Although they're so different, thinking through. I was thinking
Mhm.
about my girls too.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So do you think knowing about THM helped you navigate into these waters, with all of this?
Yes, it did for sure. And just being able to continue to tweak it. My body did really well with S's for a lot of years and headed into menopause. It likes E's a lot more,
Yep.
or lighter S's than it did. It just doesn't love those heavy S's like it
Nope.
once did. It used to thrive on them and it no
Nope.
longer does. So just learning to
Me
shift,
neither. Blessed.
just learning to shift, be flexible, continuing to evaluate even after all these years. You
Yeah,
probably run into that too, that
for sure.
your body changes, your life changes, you need to adjust. So,
And I feel like the longer, because you've been doing THM for a long time, it sounds like I have, probably longer. I see even when healing has been taking place in one area of my body, another issue, if you will, surfaces. And I'm like, all
mhm.
right, let's deal with this now. And I see you kind of like me, like I see it as a challenge to support my body as best I can. Like that's my job. God gave me this is the only one I get. And I'm going to
Mhm.
take care of it, as best as I can. And it's not easy to do all the time, but it is the right thing to do. It's not, I don't
Yes.
really want to, I mean, you probably don't want to pack every single thing you got to eat when you go. You don't want to, but you have to take care of yourself.
And
It's a great,
sometimes it looks like a crossover just out of necessity. And that happens more often than I would like. But sometimes it just is what's available, or food waste is not a thing here. We live on a budget. We
right,
lived on one income for 18
right,
years, and that
right.
came with choices and challenges and
Yep,
sacrifice to make
yep,
that happen. But we felt it was important. So we don't waste. So that often looks like crossovers when we're cleaning up the random bits of things
yes,
and need to wait to go shopping till we've gotten things cleaned up. I'll
yeah,
put it all on the counter. If we cleaned out the
yep,
cupboard, what needs
yep.
used, what are we we're not throwing food out here that bothers me. There are a lot of people that can't afford healthy food or that are
Yeah,
starving in other parts of the country.
you're
Food
right.
waste is a struggle for me to accept as okay. It's
Yeah. I'll be honest, that happened to me 2 days ago. I went into the refrigerator to get salad stuff, and all the greens and stuff that I'd bought had gone bad because I had not
Oh,
used them. I felt awful. I felt so bad. And so like the ones that I have this time, I'm like, I'm gonna finish those. Like I'm like, come on, girls, help me out here. But I feel you on that. That's great. That's great. So how do you plan your fuelings and stuff?
I don't have a strict schedule for my fuelings, but I know that for me with insulin resistance, if I start the day with an E, I cannot seem to recover. I am
Yeah.
starving all day.
Yeah.
Um, we try with the protein and make sure we're on target, try with the non-starchies, but my body still struggles. So my
Mhm.
go-to for breakfast is an S most of the time. It's pretty rare that I have an E. Um, and then often my lunch is an E, and then dinner's just a toss up on life and what's available and what the family's doing. And from
Yeah.
there, trying
Yeah.
to get the snack in because the timing I'm finding, especially in this season, is critical for me staying on plan all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Do y'all have any
yeah.
favorite recipes that y'all have made to work for your family?
Ours are such DIY because we take something and it
Yeah.
reminds me of your kitchen lives. It's like,
Yeah.
well, we're going to do this and we don't have that. And we
Yep.
can't do this, but we can throw that in and it'll still be an E or an S or whatever.
Yeah.
So we often take a base and go from there. But we recently found like a mango salsa with over a salmon fillet on the
Uh-huh.
grill. So
That
that
sounds
was fun
bomb.
to mix it up a bit. We'll do a
Yeah.
lot of shakes to clean up. Like if I see my greens going bad, if I'm fortunate enough to notice, I'll throw them in the freezer and we'll just throw those in smoothies and whatnot.
Yeah.
So lunch is often some DIY shake of fruits and greens and whatnot.
Hey, it
So we do
works.
a lot of DIY type.
Yeah. Just piece I think that is a great key to being sustainable because that works for you. Not everybody can do that. I hope that is something I'm teaching in Buds and Blooms because I want to be able to go into a grocery store and just buy the food I need to make a meal. I don't want to always have everything that I make come from a recipe. Now I think like I've done some of the THM recipes so many times that it's easy, or then
Mhm.
learning from it, kind of like crispy salmon siesta. You can change the salmon to any meat and the squash to any veggie. But that's good. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. What kind of stores do y'all shop at?
Too many.
I bet to get all the things you need.
Yeah, with the dietary restrictions. So on the rotation is typically Costco, Trader Joe's, Aldi, Meyer, Walmart. And then we have some Amish kind of run
Oh
grocery
yeah.
outlets. And we are able to get a lot of strange ingredients that way that work for us. The almond flour, the coconut flour. I guess not strange, but not
Yeah.
typical grab
Yeah.
and go.
Yeah.
The Himalayan salt and the monk fruit and just different things like that.
Or
The
y'all are
red
just
lentil
stevia?
pasta. Yes, two of us don't do well with stevia, so we do monk fruit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bless it.
It seems to aggravate our anxiety more than anything, and then
Wow.
my middle girly gets seasonal allergy type
Yep.
symptoms with it
Yep.
too. So
Yep.
even the Trim Healthy Mama is super clean. It makes me feel really funny, like my head gets kind of
Funny.
dizzy feeling. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I do that with oats. I have people, a lot of the new one-on-ones that are seeing my 8 app. They're like, you don't ever eat oatmeal. I'm like, it does not make me feel good. I do that with oatmeal in the morning. And I got plenty of protein. I got the blah, blah, blah,
mhm.
I can't do it. I cannot. Any other I can do a muffin made out of oats, but like, I don't know, whatever. I just avoid it and go on about my life. I'm fine. It's fine. One of
Yeah,
them is
just
like,
know I'm
well,
over
maybe. I'm like, I don't need you to fix this. I don't have to have oatmeal. There's 900 other things I can have. It's fine. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What else did you want to share with us?
I don't know that I have tons to share. Just
That's
keep
okay.
going, keep trying, keep finding what works for you. You're worth it. It's important to keep your body healthy. That the weight it's just a number, and trying to release yourself from the freedom of that having a hold. As I've aged, battled through a variety of health things, I've really come to embrace the fact that yes, it'd be great if the number matched where you wanted it to, but ultimately it's about being healthy, being strong, being well,
Yeah.
and being able to live life the way you want. I love to camp. We love to hike. We state and national parks are our favorite. And I
Awesome.
want to enjoy that with my children. And through the choices that we have made that aren't always easy, it has allowed me to have the energy and the stamina to be able to enjoy those things
Mm,
and make those memories. So
yeah,
that's priceless.
it is. I think that is amazing. And that is a great why. You know, a lot of people that struggle, they just don't know their why. And it's a lot of times tied to the scale. And you know, you probably heard me say, you ain't gonna stay around here very long, you know, with Trim Healthy or any food plan, if your main goal is just to be skinny or those whatever the scale goal is. And those are good to have. They're good place markers and milestones, but it's got to be more than that. It's got to be more than that. That is so, so good. That's so good. So apparently your husband's on board with all this.
Well, he would be the one that still
Goes to the drive-through.
no, doesn't do that and no longer drinks Mountain Dew. He is a Zevia guy. So
Uh-huh.
that helps, but he does tend to eat more gluten and sugar and those kind of things than the rest of us. But
Yeah. Those
he's
fellas.
come a long way and he's made a lot of progress. And so we're working towards getting the rest of it cleaned up, but he doesn't love a variety of vegetables. So it makes
Okay.
that hard.
Yeah.
That's kind of my biggest struggle. So we do a lot of like tacos where everybody can
Yep.
make their own. You
Yep.
can do flour shells, corn shells. You can make taco salads. You can put cheese on it or not for those
Yep.
of us that are dairy free. We do a lot of that kind of thing. Burgers, because I can do bunless with lettuce. I can have it over a salad. They can have a bun if they want. The gluten free people can have gluten free buns if they want.
Yeah.
So
Wow. How do y'all handle like family like holiday celebrations with extended family?
we just bring our own food for the most part. Thanksgiving we host, so that helps. I can have a bulk of what works for us with some extras, and then usually they'll let us go through the line first so nothing's been cross contaminated, and then
Oh,
we're good to go. So that helps.
that is awesome.
Yeah,
Tell them I said good job.
I
That's great.
will.
I love that. They have no idea who I am, probably don't care, but I think that's awesome. That is so great. So when did you start Buds?
I started Buds in March of 23.
Okay,
My
last
mom
year.
had been recently diagnosed with type 2 the fall before. And I told her, if you'll do it, I'll join you. So we can do it together. Um, so it was frustrating for her to not see the numbers go down. And we had a really rough summer. My grandma fell when we got home I took my mom out for her birthday
Mhm.
and my grandma came with dementia and different things. She's they're a buddy group. So we all went together. She got home, she fell, broke her hip, came out of surgery the next day, her hip and her wrist on the one same side. And then my dad was in a really bad motorcycle accident that next day. And so he
Oh my
was,
gosh.
yeah, it was rough. So I think for my mom that also that season of life was really hard and it was it's just been hard to recover from and
Yeah,
get back on track with dealing with all of that. So dad made a great recovery, but it was a long month of
that's
hospital
a
stays
lot.
and rehab for both of them and splitting our time so that
Time.
grandma was safe and
Mhm.
so I don't know, but that's why I joined. That's where it started because I'm like, I've been doing this a long time. I really need to spend the money to do,
Yeah.
but I'm like, I just get so much encouragement out of it and the simple tips and the tricks. And
Right.
I thought, well, despite, is it really going to be helpful? Because we have so many food boundaries.
Mhm.
Is the live in the kitchen going to help? Am I going to get anything out of it? But I really have. I learn something new every week. between the things you offer in the community.
Yeah.
So it has been just
Yeah.
something that is important for me to continue to invest in my health.
Oh, well, I'm so glad. And you know this. People might not know, but Blooms isn't just food. We don't,
Yeah.
it's not just food and Blooms. We do a whole lot more than that. So, oh, that makes my heart happy. I love that. Are you doing the temperament study right now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
It's cool. I'm really excited. It's so fun for me to go back to the days when I first learned about temperaments and all that, and now sharing it with you guys. It's really, really neat. And I think, like learning about yourself is good, but it's also like, oh, what am I about to learn? Because once you know something, you got to do something about it.
Convicting at times,
It's
very
very
convicting.
convicting, very toe stomping. So it is going to be interesting. I was talking to Wes about it, and he was like, I need to take that test. And I'm like, well, I can tell you what you are. But you can take the test, sure. But I'm so grateful for the opportunity to share that kind of stuff with you guys too, because we're all women. We're all women. And then there's people like you who you have so many food sensitivities and allergies and restrictions. And then you've got somebody else that's just like, bruh, I just need to be on plan if I'm having to cross over a day. And you have some, they're like, I haven't been on plan in 2 weeks, but I'm glad to be here. So like, it's just a mixture. And the encouragement that I see in there is so good. So thank you for sharing that with me. That's good. Because you never know. I mean, like, you apparently like it because you're still there a year in, plus. So that's good.
Yeah, that has to be challenging because you're sharing and putting out content, but I don't often think about like if nobody tells you or gives you the feedback, you don't know what's working or what's great or what's
Yep.
challenging and might need revisited.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
It's fun being Coach Amy. It's so fun. Darlene helps me a lot with that. Hey, have you thought of this? Because I have so many ideas. She helps me sift them. Because I would be doing something new all the time, and that's not wise to do in business. But got to pray about it a lot and access God's ideas too, and what He wants me to do for you guys. So, thanks for being a Bloom. That's so
Yes,
great.
thank you. I'm so excited for your retreats coming up this
Yes,
year and those
yes,
new ventures and whatnot.
yes, yes. I'm excited too. And for now, like doing the retreats, like my heart is to just do it for Blooms, to really lock in and nurture those relationships. I am nervous just to be vulnerable. I am nervous that they won't sell out with just Blooms. So we might have to bring in others, and that's a risk because in Blooms, like not everybody is super connected and know everything. Cause like there's still people joining the Marco Polo Sharecast. I'm like, where have y'all been? Come on, guys. But y'all got a lot to catch up on. Bless your heart.
I joined late and there was a lot to catch up on, and that was a while ago.
It was. So anyway, it's just a different thing, but I do think that if God wants there to be 8 Blooms and 2 non-Blooms, then that's what's going to happen. But I'm excited. So we got the Georgia one in November, and then I'm planning spring, the beach, and then summer, maybe Indiana-ish area, possibly.
I was excited about that option.
Are you around that neck of the woods?
Yeah.
And then heavens to Betsy, Texas in the fall. That's my goal. And that's real loose. That's the short list. Of course, I want to get to the Northeast and the Northwest and wherever else, but that's going to take some time. I can't go somewhere every weekend. So
No.
yeah. And
Not with juggling mom duties and wife duties and the ball stuff and the dance things and all that.
Yeah. And we do have one graduating in May from college. So it's not all the senior stuff. I need a break from that. 2 in a row about did me in, man. But trying to decide if I want to do a conference again next year. I'll just have to wait and see, think through that. But what I would love to do if I did another conference, I don't know if you've heard me talk about this. I would love to do it at the end of the year to celebrate the end of 100 Strong and kind of send them out, for a brand new fresh year, kind of pep talk for that. I would love to do that, but I'm not sure how Nashville is in the end of the year between, Christmas and New Year's.
Christmas and New Year's.
I think it would be amazing to go like maybe do less teaching sessions and more activities together and building, that kind of thing. So there's a lot. See, the ideas, they're constant. I just love being with my ladies and being with them in person. I mean, even like doing stuff like this, like I know you better now, it's just such a blessing being able to do that. And I think he's given me a gift to be able to connect to women like that. And like, I'm going to remember you. Like, I knew who you were when I asked you to do the podcast, but like, I know you better now. And I'm so thankful that I can do that. Yeah. So I'm so excited about next week. It's going to be so great. So great. Plus all the other things I'm doing. We'll keep that on the down low for now. Y'all don't have to know everything.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for talking with me.
Well, thank you. It was a great chat.
Good. Anything else you want to tell them?
I don't think so. There's nothing coming to mind. Just
That's okay. That's
yeah.
all right. Yeah. Well, thank y'all for being here, everybody. Tell Jennifer bye. Say bye.
Yeah.